Yo guys, it's Coolest Cards here, and today we're going to be going through our 80 card PSA submission. In this video, we're going to be talking about the card's history, how I got these cards, and what grade I think the cards are going to get. Okay, well, let's start off with a big hitter. So this Groudon EX goes from the set Hail Blizzard, I'm pretty sure. And this card in a PSA 10 is going for crazy prices. I think it's been selling at like, what, 3,000 Australian dollars. And I think, this card itself is pretty good. It's going to get either a 9 or 10. And the story with this card is I actually bought it as a PSA 9 literally 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to aim to regrade it into a 10. And, it's looking pretty clean. So we're just going to hope for the best. And yeah, I think at minimum we should get a 9. Okay, the next card up is actually a set. So we've got the Suicune, Raikou, and Entei, which is somewhere. I don't know where the Entei went, but I'm hoping pretty high on these cards. So this Raikou itself, I bought these as a set, very cheap actually in Japan. I think it was like $200. And yeah, in a 10, these are pretty pricey, and they're actually looking very, very clean. Like much more clean than I expected. Even from the back, if you can have a look here. I'm not really seeing any big flaws. I think this could be like a triple 10 set, but like PSA always ends up loving to give out 9, so I'm saying that we're probably gonna get, we're most likely gonna get given a 10, 10, and a 9, but we'll be hoping for the best. But yeah, I think these two, very nice artwork. I think the holo's nice, especially this blue one, like something like it's got aura to it, So yeah, we're gonna do our best on that one. Yeah. Let's see if you got the Entei. I swear I had it on me, which is so weird because it was like the top card on the submission, but yeah, I guess things do go missing nowadays. That's normal. It's fine. We've got the Gengar Mimikyu GX. This one also was cracked. I graded it myself, got PSA 9. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I think the main reason I got a 9 is its centering, but surely you can slip through the cracks, and yeah, I think this will either get a 9 or 10. And if it gets a 9 again, I'll probably just sell it. But yeah, that's the story with that one. Okay, the next card. Ooh, going in big. Kyogre EX. So this card is basically, the opposite of the Groudon. They're basically like twins at this time. And wow, this is cleaner than I expected. I'm pretty sure there is like a blemish somewhere on this card. In the bottom right, I guess you could see like a tiny bit of damage. I don't know if I'll pick it up, but I think, most likely we'll get a 9. But hey, if you end up getting a 10, like maybe I'll just keep the set. But yeah, you guys know I can't do that. I've said I want to keep a card every single time. I've had Rayquaza, EX Full Art, all the crazy ones, Gengar EX. And, every time I sell it, 3 months passes, it's like triple the price, and that's how my life goes. But that is okay. Okay, next up, we've got this very interesting card. So this card comes in 2 variants. There's one with the stamp, one without the stamp. I'm pretty sure there was a tournament where you had to go against like a moderator, like a Pokemon moderator or something. And if you won, I think you'd get this card. The way I got this card was from a lottery in Japan. So basically there's A tier, B tier, C tier, and D tier. And I was like, picking a random little like envelope, and it said God Pack. And even the employee started going crazy. He's like, I'm like, what's a God Pack? And I got to get one of each tier. So I got an A tier card, B tier, C tier. And this was from the highest tier. And I thought, it's a nice card for the memory. It's pretty unique. I've never seen it before. And yeah, to be honest, the front is so clean, but the back, there's like a little dent kind of thing in the bottom left. And also widening, so there's no point like fixing this card or anything. Yeah, to be honest, it's probably just gonna get like a PSA 5, but nice to have it in the case, so I might as well just do it. Yeah, so there's that. The card after that is very nice, Cramorant. So this comes from the stamp collection, where at the post office in Japan you could get a Pikachu stamp box, and it come with this as well. So this card I bought for like 20,000 yen. It's a pretty good deal. And it is pretty clean. I think the bottom left has like a tiny bit of widening, so it could get a 9, honestly. And I'm not going to complain for what I paid, but yeah, it's a very clean front. Nothing wrong with it. So yeah, this is going to be a PSA 9/10. Next up, this is an expensive one. This card is Lugia EX. I don't exactly know the set. It's for like Sky Legend or something. I don't even know. This card, I paid like 100,000 yen, maybe 110,000, and you know the front itself is very clean, and I'm feeling good about it. Though, I think at the back there's like minor blemishes. Like if in the bottom right, for example, it's like minor. It's minor. Like you probably can't even see it. But yeah, at minimum, just to succeed, I need a 9 on this card. Will I get 9? I don't know. Like low-key, I feel like they might do me dirty. Like even the top right is a tiny bit of widening. It's very tiny though. Like I don't know how I even see it, but I do see it. I'll probably end up getting, I think I'm gonna get a 9. If I get a 10, we celebrate. Okay, so there's always a chance, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Alright, next up we have Charizard EX. So this Charizard EX is like a promo. I think it's a Koro promo, and that's why it's like a little logo in the middle. This card is pretty good condition. I think it's got a good shot at a 10. You know, the top right, top left, like it's minor. It should still get a 10. Fun fact, like I went to an Australian card show. It's called Collect Fest last year, and I picked one of these up for $20 inside one of the binders which had cards for sale at a vendor, and it got a 9. And I really thought it was gonna get a 10 as well, but yeah, we did get a 9 on it, and you know, this time hopefully it's something else, but yeah, we'll see. We will see. The next card up is this Mew Holo. Guys, I'm still wondering where my Raikou went, because it was 3 cards. It's not in this box. It's not in here. I don't know. Maybe it'll come back, maybe it won't. This Mew, I've been seeing selling at like $2,000, which is crazy. I think it's from the 10th anniversary movie or something, and you get this as like, maybe if you went to the movie, maybe that's false information, don't quote me. It's pretty clean. Like the front itself is very good, though I think the back has a few scratches maybe, but from what I'm looking at, which is probably what the graders are gonna look at, you know, they're not gonna look so close. Like, guys, I know the PSA is not doing, you know, as detailed as we think, that I think this will still get a 10. So, you know, 9 or 10. Hopefully it's just not a 7. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Next up. Oh my god. Guys. Quitters. That's who we were looking for this whole time. Oh my god. Next up. Stormfront Charizard. So this Charizard is very special since it's a reprint of the base set Charizard. Just like slightly more modern, but same artwork. It's illustrated probably by Mitsuhiro Arita. Yep, right there. And this card, I'm genuinely hoping for the best. It's very glossy, which means it's more likely to get like a lower grade, because I think it's the way it's cut, you know, with this hollow pattern, you can easily get scratches. But you know, top right's the only issue I'm seeing, like the top right, you know, and that's just how all these type of cards are cut though. Like they just like that. The back's pretty good, you know, maybe top left, but in the bottom right especially. But you know, as long as I get more than an 8, I'll be grateful. But I think yeah, 8 or 9, and who knows, maybe even 10. Guys, this Raikou ran away. I don't know why it disappeared, but it did. This one should be a 10. You know, I know they're gonna do me dirty, but a whole set sequential in a 10, that'd be kind of cold. So yeah, we're just gonna hope for the best. Okay, next card up. The next card, guys, Ascended Heroes is dropping tonight and tomorrow, and look what we have here. Mega Gengar EX SAR. I might have picked this one, you know, I picked this one up a lot in Japan for like 40,000 yen. Yeah, I think this one was like $400. You know, I think I do want to keep one for the personal. Like Gengar is my favorite Pokemon. And this channel was called Gengar's Lair before, you know. I decided to put it with like the brand as name. Don't want to get sued by Pokemon and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I think this card should be a 10. I mean, the centering, I feel like they're all centered like this, so yeah, I think it should be okay. Okay, next card coming up. This one's not typical okay, no, what am I saying? Not typical for me to buy. We've got a birthday Pikachu promo from like 1990 or something. And this card is very expensive in the 10. Funny thing is, I bought this in Japan probably for like 35k yen. And yeah, some of my best like vintage English came from Japan. The holo is like immaculate, if you can see that. But I think the only issue is at the back, some of the corners, like the top left, top right definitely, and bottom right, like they've got slight widening, but hey, PSA 9 and I'll be okay with that. But yeah, PSA 8/PSA 9, that's what I'm looking at on this card. Okay, next one. We've got Umbreon. This is a nice holo pattern. I'm really hoping we get a 9 or 10. I'm really like, the centering is something that PSA is so strict on nowadays, but hopefully we get a grader that doesn't care, who's not overly strict on it, because I think old PSA's centering was fine, but nowadays you can have a perfect card with slightly off centering and it's a 9. This one I think is pretty good. It's a very good copy, to be honest. Probably like 20k. Yeah. And yeah, I just think the top's got like a tad white dot, like a white dot. But yeah, 9 or 10. If this gets an 8, then we're regrading this, because come on, I can't just let this become an 8. That actually reminds me of a funny story of how I had a Karen's Umbreon, and before there was like a platform where you could see the grades before they come out, and I saw my Karen's Umbreon as a 10, and that's crazy. That was the biggest card I'd ever owned. I was celebrating, and then it went through QA and stuff, and I actually got my grade as a 9. So guys, PSA does do QA checks, especially for the bigger ones. This card is really cool. I think it's actually underrated. The Espeon Deoxys, SR. It's very cool, and I know there's some stuff wrong with this card. Like I think there's some random white stuff out there if you can see it. And like a little, issue down here. And I tried cleaning it off, it didn't even come off. This realistically should be a PSA 8 or 7. Even bottom right's got some damage, but that's the thing, you never know. Like if I get a 9 on this, even though I expect a 7, like I would not be surprised. So yeah, we're gonna send it anyways, and we'll see in the return video how did we actually go. Next up, Dialga Level X. So this card is genuinely like perfect. Like let me just center it a little bit, but yeah, like there's nothing wrong with this Dialga. Like I genuinely think that like if BGS was like grading properly, like this could probably get, it would probably get a 10, right? But it is extremely clean. I don't know why it's so clean, but this should definitely guarantee PSA 10. Like if it doesn't, then I'm gonna be regrading that, because I mean, I might as well take it out. It's just clean, like clean, like I did not intend for this. I was just trying to fix like, it is very clean. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if what ends up happening is that my Espeon Deoxys, which is so damaged, gets a 10, and this ends up getting like an 8 or 9. Like I could realistically see that happening, and it's funny. Like when I send the cleanest cards, they get 9s. And then when I send like most damaged thing, like somehow, I don't know, like the grader forgets. But yeah, next card up after this one, pretty valuable in a 10, Tea Party Pikachu. So these actually picked up for pretty cheap. Like I think these were all like, 30, 35k, 40k yen. You know, 10, these like sell for like $1,800, $2,000. And that better not be a dent that I'm seeing there. I am seeing some damage. Yo, okay, guys, this could either be a PSA 6 or a PSA 9. I don't know if that's the card. I think I tried taking that off, but I don't think it's a dent. But I think it makes it look like it is. Bottom left, bottom right, some widening. My goal on this card is just the PSA 8 or 9, and I'll just take it. I will gratefully take that. Okay, next card. Ooh, throwback. Guess the cards. It's a dark type. Pretty clean back, but it's got scratches on it. So realistically, this should get a PSA 7, but if you get lucky, PSA 9. Oh, okay, the front on this card is the most immaculate front I've ever seen. Like, if they were grading just the front, this would get a PSA 10. So, yeah, hopefully, you know, that front gives a bit of bias and, you know, pushes for a 10. But, yeah, hoping for the best. Hoping for the best. Okay, next card. Gentleman Pikachu. This is my first time ever owning this card. You know, it took me a while. You know, but all the Pikachus went up in price, like the Mega Tokyo Pikachu and, you know, all the other ones that... This was the only one I could afford. And I think it was like 35, 40k yen. It's pretty good. This one's much better than the Tea Party. But then again, I think there's slight issues, like a bit of whitening on the bottom left line. Like, maybe like somewhere here, like, is basically that. But yeah, I think 9 or 10. I think 9 should be the minimum on this one. I'm guessing a 9. Okay. Next card. Mewtwo Level X. So this card I bought, and I bought the other Dialga Level X because I feel like Level X's are going crazy. Like, they're like the next thing up. You know, EX is going crazy. I feel like Level X's, like, they're still kind of hard to get. Like, it's hard to, like, find. But you can still find them for cheap. I think this one's like $100. You know, it's all in AUD, by the way. I think there's a reasonable chance at a 9 or 10. I think the top is the only thing, like, affecting it. And, like, recently PSA I've been super strict, but then I got, like, one really, like, nice submission that I low-key I'm maybe a bit more, like, lenient now. But, you know, I think I should do okay. Okay, next card up. I'm guessing a 9 on that one. We've got Mega Gengar EX. So this is one of my favorite cards. And when I started with Pokemon, the, you know, first lot of Mega Gengar, I think I bought 5, you know. It was very, very good, you know, for the price that I bought. I bought my Mega Gengars for like 400 yen each. And I just sold them more for like $20 afterwards. $25, $30. And then they never came back in stock. And yeah, now I have to pay $300 or $250 for this Mega Gengar. And yeah, I'm genuinely, you know, I see it as very clean. Honestly, could be a Beckett 10. But yeah, we're gonna stick to PSA. So yeah, this should be a PSA 10. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that one. Let me just put this thing on Do Not Disturb. Alright. So the next card, the next one, is very cool. Mega Gyarados EX Full Art. This is a very clean copy for EX. And I genuinely don't see like anything wrong with it. I think that this definitely has potential for 10. Yeah. It has to get a 10, or I'm gonna rip it in half because there's nothing wrong with it. This, you know, it's got like, see, look, like I'm trying to make up damage. Like, okay, sure, this tiny dot, but you can't even see it because it's so small. Yeah, this is basically guaranteed a 10. I'm fully confident. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, guys, I had someone offering me $4,000, $4,500, $300 for this a PSA 10 Articuno EX. And right after I got that offer, which this guy like surprisingly somehow backed out on, but I got a $3,900 PSA 10 offer as well, which is crazy because I bought these. I remember selling these for like $200, for $300, $400. For some reason, anything with this Team Plasma, which is a full art from XY, with that team like Lugia, Palkia, Darkrai, like they're just skyrocketing. So this one is very clean. I think it does deserve a 10, but you never know. Like it's either gonna be a 10 or a 9, and yeah, let's just hope for the best. We're just gonna hope for the best. You know, it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool card. I think it's very underrated, and they're finally getting the appreciation they deserve. But you know, someone who's buying the Groudon EX full art, Rayquaza EX full art for like $200, $300. You know, having to pay $800, $900 now, even $1,000. I mean, it's crazy. Okay, the next card, back to blue, Blastoise EX. So you know, Fire Red, Relief Green in English. This is the Japanese version of that set, and you know, this card. I remember the Charizard like in 2020. I graded it a 10, and I sold it for like 1,600, and that really boosted my career. Like that was a promo card from like a deck. I think this might be a promo from the deck as well. Another one, and it's very clean. Like the only thing is a centering, so it's probably gonna get a 9. That's what I got last time when I had this card a couple years ago. But yeah, top right, a bit of dots, but realistically, like this should get 8, 9, or 10. Just depends who I get. And things don't always go to plan. Like this, it looks so clean in the photos. It looked perfect. Even the back looked perfect. And you know, when I saw the front, it looked pretty good. I was like, okay. And then the back, oh my god, it might not look like it on camera, but there's a lot of damage. Especially this bottom right, this whole right corner. Yeah, you can see that. So much widening. I basically got scammed. This is probably gonna get PSA 4, 5, 6. And you know, it happens. That's just part of life. But you know, it's still a pretty cool card. That's the thing. Like you can sometimes buy cards, get scammed, and still break even, which is funny. This is Psyduck, and my tutor who taught me, you know, some school subjects really likes Psyduck. So I think maybe this could be a Psyduck I give as a gift if it gets a 10. The reason I bought this is because I have the Chinese set of the Umbreon, Leafeon, Sylveon, you know, and they're in this same kind of nature type area. So I feel like this is like the extended card to the set, which just isn't officially part of that, you know, set. But like, look at the area that it's in, and the color scheme and everything is like the same. Like, who knows, the artist might even be the same. I have no idea. But yeah, feeling pretty good, estimating a 9 or 10. I had 4 copies, and for some reason, this was the only good one. So, yeah. Okay, next card, English. I had a friend open Perfect Order, and surprisingly, they got some good pulls. So, you know, I think Perfect Order is one of those sets which people don't like appreciate right now, but in the future they will, because there's a lot of cute kind of things, you know, in this set. Like for example, Rose's Encouragement. Like look at it, actually, it's got Pikachu on it, and like even like this other card that he gave me to grade. I think that this will get a, you know, one of them's gonna get 10, one will be a 9. You know, it's very wholesome. Like you know, Clefairy pointing up, very nice background. Honestly, a nice card. So yeah, I think one will get a 9, one will get a 10. But you know, we just never know. I can't tell the truth because I don't know. Kangaskhan, I think I paid $30 for this. Like I don't know how, but I was like, okay, this is probably gonna get a 9 because in the photos it didn't look that good. But when I got it in person, it was surprisingly better than a lot of the other things in my order. 9 or 10 for sure. The back's looking good. Yeah, like there's not much to say. There's a bit of widening, but it's just like white dots. Like that's like, he's just the cutting. It's not really widening, but more like the cutting. Like I should be more specific. So yeah, definitely looking forwards to a 9 or 10 on this one. Next up, we have Mega Mewtwo EX. This card, I was trying to get the Umbreon, Chinese Umbreon promo from that like gem set or whatever, but yeah, they refunded me and they're like, okay, you can give you like $10 or $15 off another card. So I picked this Mega Mewtwo for like 180 and I paid 165 or 160, I think. Yeah, it was looking clean and it's from a random like pawn shop, like not even like eBay or anything. The front should get a 10. And then the back though, there's whiting on each corner, but that's like not even anyone's fault. Like that's just how they came out of the pack, which is weird because all the old 10s are going to be the exact same as this 10, but you know, it's just because they're graded earlier. So nowadays this will get an 8 or 9. I'm estimating this will get an 8. And if I'm lucky, a 9. And it's basically impossible to get a 10, but you know, what's next up? Okay, back to the EX days. Primal Groudon EX. So this card, you know, I think Primals are very cool because they're not like, they're mega cards, but they're not like, they're not mega in them, you know, Primals. I think Primal Kyogre, Groudon, always been underrated. I think XY, like that's all the people growing up, you know, now getting jobs, money, you know, having income to spend. They're all buying XY because that's what the kids used to collect back then, and now they're older. That's why I think it all works like that. So, you know, when the kids were collecting like Sword and Shield, get older, like Sword and Shield were booming. So, you know, you just gotta wait, and it does take some time. Like their dream cards, like it needs to be their dream cards. So the kids who are like 8 right now, you know, they're gonna be wanting those prismatic, you know, Umbreons in 10 years. But yeah, I think this card definitely, you know, 2014, literally 12 years ago, should get a 9 or 10. You know, definitely underrated, in my opinion. Okay, that card just went flying. The next card that we are going to be looking at is Tornadus. I think this one was kind of pricey, like $50 or $60, I don't know, but it is clean. And I think because it's clean, should get a 9 or 10. You know, I just hope PSA doesn't become stricter on them just because they're going up. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good on this card. This one's one of the cheapest, you know, full arts from Black and White, along with Thundurus and Landorus, but, you know, what can I say? They're still cool. Okay, next we've got some bulk kind of cards. So we've got a bunch of Hiroshima Pikachu. So one of these are cracked from a 9. And I don't know, all the sentries kind of buggy on them, but I'm estimating we'll get 3 9s, 2 10s. Funny, my last submission, the 10 that I got had like print lines and like it was hella damage, right? Because I graded 3 and then 2 of them got 9. And I think what PSA messed up, like they put the one that was meant to be a 9 inside by 10 case, and then the 10 went in the 9 case. So I cracked out the 9 and I'm going to resubmit that. Alright, so the flash ended up getting too hot, but what I'm saying is that I think one of these, you know, maybe the one at the back, I think, is going to be getting, you know, that was a 9 that was meant to be a 10. And then, yeah, I think we're going to get 2 10s and then 3 9s. Hopefully, you know, it does better than that, but based on the centering of these cards naturally, I think they're so perfect, but the centering is just slightly, so, you know, just playing it safe to be 2 10s, 3 9s, but hey, hopefully we beat that estimation. Okay, next, this card is underrated, and I think a lot of you guys should buy it. Am I shilling? Maybe. I mean, I don't know, because this card is like a YouTuber card. It's a Korokoro promo. It's literally called something YouTuber or something, but it's got Charizard in it. A Charizard plush. It's got Pikachu. It's got a bee Pokemon. It's got, literally, it's even got Ditto. And it's got a Pokeball in it. So I think this card is underrated. And I bought a bunch, you know, like $5, $4 each. Yeah, I think in a 10, like, they're definitely something people would buy. Like, it is just a nice card to have on display. You know, it's got like, it's unique and it's got a person in it. Yeah, I think, you know, there's like 10 of them maybe. Okay, next card is like a card I just love grading, and it is the Blastoise from Celebration. So we've got a bunch of pictures all up at like 25 Australian dollars, 20. And then whenever I see them in stock, I always buy them. Hopefully we can get 7 out of 10. You know, for every 10, hopefully 7 get a 6, get a 10, 7. You know, in the past I got 50-50. I got 10 10s and 10 9s, but you know, in the pop report, 70% get 10s, so I got unlucky. I think it's because I'm submitting too many in a row that I should like split them up. Like, you know, half I'll probably do in one submission, half in another, because you know, I want to get those 10s. But yeah, that's the story with those. And then the next one, which we all know, is the McDonald's Pikachu. And we have got literally like so many copies. You won't believe me, but I submitted 20 and I got 19 10s, 1 9. And I think, yeah, it's important to pre-grade, but, you know, I just try and not submit anything that I know is purposely guaranteed to get 9 or under. And yeah, with these, I think they're basically as best I could get them. You know, I can't really, from the pack already, their cutting's kind of weird. But I picked the Pikachus, which I think have the, you know, best potential. I think there's 3 that I opened, which were, you know, not that good. But yeah, I think that's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe. And yeah, follow Instagram, check out the eBay, and have a nice day.